And the winner of the 2019 Australian Businesswoman of the Year is Natasha Chadwick.
The judges said Natasha exemplifies undoing business. Her unwavering drive and determination has seen her deliver a transformative approach to address a global issue that could someday affect us all. Natasha is exceptional in every aspect of her leadership and business management. She's not afraid to make mistakes and is focused on learning from them and moving forward. She supports her team to learn a new way of treating their patients and works with key partners and governments to change the way we consider dementia care in this country. She is an absolute trailblazer who blends incredible emotional intelligence with grit and natural instinct, always asking the question, why? Congratulations, Natasha Chadwick. Congratulations. Amazing.
I'm overwhelmed actually at being recognised as a Telstra winner for 2019. Thank you, Telstra. It's an absolute honour to receive this award. I'd like to congratulate all of the other winners in their categories. You're amazing. All of you ladies are amazing. Isn't life incredible? All the chapters that we go through, the twists and turns that we take on our individual journey. You know, when I think back to when I was 19, all I wanted to do was be a mum. And then my daughter Talia was actually born, and she was only a few months old when I realised that I actually needed to go back to school. I went to uni so that I could support her properly and have a goal for her as well as she grew up. And that led me to working in aged care and eventually to owning residential care facilities. And then, nearly 20 years later, after working in the industry, I had an epiphany. I needed to become the innovator and game changer in aged care. I had to be the one shaking up an entire industry if I wanted to see things done better and differently. That epiphany has eventually led me to be standing here today receiving this award. I mentioned in my earlier speech that we women have to step up and become the new game changers and trailblazers. Generations before us, women had the courage to break down barriers and shape a new way forward. Now each of us has to look at our own industries to not settle for the status quo, but instead step out of the shadows and spearhead the world that we want to see, so that present and future generations benefit from what we have to offer. My role now as founder and CEO of New Direction Care is to grow it into a national and international aged care brand through partnerships and licensing that ensure that New Direction Care microtowns are built across Australia and around the world, allowing ageing people and those living with dementia or brain diseases and injuries, both here at home and around the world, to live a much better life. I have proven with our new model of care at Belmere, Queensland, that everyone can have a life of freedoms, not restrictions, no matter what their diagnosis. At New Direction Care, we offer a life of equality, of respect, compassion, and empathy, with every individual continuing to be part of our communities, not shut away. It's so much more than a business for me. You can probably tell it's my passion and it's my mission. The questions that I believe the Australian community needs to ask itself are, do we still think it's okay to segregate someone who is living with dementia away from other people in a secure environment. To criminalise someone who is living with a brain injury or a brain disease. If you had a loved one in this situation, I can tell you it is not what you would want for them. Winning this Telstra award will shine a spotlight on my mission at New Direction Care for radical change across all of aged care. To everyone who works and lives at New Direction Care at Belmere, this could not have been done without you. The team at New Direction Care, the way that you live our values every day in what you do for our residents and their families is an inspiration to me. And it's why I continue to fight every day for recognition by the many facets of our industry, including our government. When I started on this journey to change how aged care is provided, I was beset with and continue to deal with doubters from within my own industry, as well as our successive governments. They all say they want change. Well, here it is. There are no longer any excuses. Make the change that we all know is necessary. Older Australians and people living with dementia, they deserve more from us. We need to start putting people first to give them back their lives, because that's what I believe real care is. To my family, my husband Shane and our children Talia and Justin and their partners Sam and Helen, I could not have become an aged care entrepreneur or achieved any of this without your constant belief and support. As a wife and a mum, and I know that many of you feel the same way after our discussions, I suffered terrible mother guilt or wife guilt when I couldn't always be available to you. But here we are, guys, still going strong. To all of my associates and partners, but in particular Greg Alexson, Anne McKevitt, Andrew Spiller and Erica Lambert and Shayna Blaze, thank you for your ongoing support and encouragement. And to Mum, thank you. You've always been my inspiration and you continue to be. And finally, thank you, Telstra. It's an honour.